Hi friends, welcome to Graphics Tutorials. Today we are going to discuss some of the very basic features of Photoshop. Our topic of discussion for today are easy way to zoom in and zoom out, increase undo levels, auto select layers, source transformation grid, merge layers, copy layers. So we come up with the first topic, that is easy way to zoom in and zoom out. While we are working with Photoshop, many times come when we need to just zoom in and zoom out our content to have a close and proper way to visualize it. So in that case, if you are using a window platform, just need to press Ctrl plus for zoom in and Ctrl minus for zoom out. If you are using a Mac interface, then you have to press Command plus and Command minus. But this increase your time. So what you can do is you can just go to Edit, Preference, General, Control K, as because I'm using a window based OS. If you're using a Mac, as I said earlier, you can just press Command and K, or any option which is related with control. You can just switch it, or you can just change it with Command and the next of the keys. Say for example Ctrl X for cut, so you can just use it as Command X. Okay, so preference, now you can just go to General, Ctrl K. Now you have this preference window. Here you just click on this option called zoom with scroll wheel. See, determines whether zoom or control scrolling option. So you just click on the zoom with scroll wheel, you just press OK. Now if you are using an external mouse for your laptop, or if you are using a desktop, you can just scroll your middle button or middle mouse. See, zoom in and zoom out. This is a very easier way, and this reduces your time. Now the next topic of discussion is increase undo levels. By default, the software has set its undo levels, that is, you can just switch over to the previous state to 20 times. It is a by default setting of the software. You can just increase or decrease the content. Go to Preference, Performance. See, you have an option called History States, which is set to 20. This is the by default setting. You can just reduce this, and you can just increase this. The maximum level is 1000, so you can just have 1000 undos by pressing Alt Ctrl Z. Now the next topic of discussion is auto select layers. So while working with Photoshop, the basic thing that you have to have a knowledge of is working with layers. Layers are like pages of a book or a copy. You can have several content in a single layer. So I'm selecting, or rather taking a new layer. I'm making a box with a marquee tool. Pressing Ctrl backspace, as because my background colors is green. Now I'm pressing Ctrl D. Now I have this content in my layer. I'm taking a new layer, changing it to a darker shade. Again Ctrl backspace, Ctrl D. Now if I want to select this, see, I can easily select this content, the darker shade, which is in layer 2. But if I need to select this layer 1, see, I'm unable to select because layer 2 is selected. So what I need to do is I just need to select this layer 1. Now I can just select this layer 1. Now what if I need to switch it over again? See, so selecting layers by selecting your layers from the layer panel takes a lot of time. This is easier because you have 2 layers here, but there are several times when you have multiple layers, so that becomes a problem. So what you can do is you can just select and right click on the content. See, here you have 3 contents: background, layer 1, layer 2. See, background, layer 1, layer 2. You want to select layer 1, you can just select this layer 1. Now you can just select. So this might look easier, but this also takes a lot of time, and if it is a complex design, then you'll just have many problems. So what you can do is you can just select this auto select option. If you just check in this content, you can just select any of the layers by clicking any of the content. See, so this reduces your time. Now the next option or the topic of discussion is show transformation grid. Now say you need to have controllers for changing the size of your content. So what you do is you just select the content and you just press Ctrl T. Ctrl T is your transformation option, where you can just transform your content. If you want to scale it equally, you just press Shift or Control Shift, and you can just scale this as per your requirement if you want it proportionately, but in this case I'm not doing it proportionately. When you're done, you can just double click on this content or hit enter. So see, your transform has been registered. Again, if you want to select this one, you can just press Ctrl T, you can just select, press enter. So you have to do this twice because you have two sets of contents. But if you switch on this show transformation control, see, whichever layer you select, the transformation box comes automatically, and you just hit an enter to register your transformation. So this is an easier way if you want transformations, but sometimes this creates a problem because if you accidentally just hit it like this, see, your object will get transformed. So this can be used according to your requirement, as per your requirement. Now the next option is, or the topic is, merge layers. Now merging layers, you can do it, just select the layer, you can just select this, right click on this option, and you can just have this option called merge down or merge visibles. Merge down will merge the layers which is just beneath this selected layer. Merge visibles, which will merge all the layers which are visible in this content. Now what you can do is you can just select all the layers. If you want to customize your selection of layers, you can just press Ctrl and click on the selective layers you want to merge down. Or say you have 100 numbers of layers or 10 numbers of layers. In that case, you want to merge all the layers from top to bottom. Then you just select the topmost layer and you just hit Shift and select the last layer, and you just have all the selections at once. Now in this case, I can use any of the option. I can use Shift and select the first and last, or rather I can press Ctrl and select the first and last. Now the shortcut for merging layer is Ctrl E. Ctrl E merges my layers. Now the last option, or the last topic of discussion, is copy layers. Now for copying layers, there are multiple ways. First is you can just press Alt and you just drag your content. So it will make a copy of your layer. One more thing is you can just select this layer and drag this to an option called new layer, and you have this layer copied. So in both the cases, you can just copy your content. Now the option that I'm going to show is you can just press Ctrl J. Ctrl J is also an option for copying your content. So I think this is an easier way, because by pressing Ctrl J, your content remained in the same place. Yes, what you can do is you can just do this thing, but you need to just copy your layer and bring this down to here and see if you have numbers of layers here. So if you just miss out any, it can merge or it can get copied with something else. So I think the easier way for copying content is by pressing Ctrl J. This is one of the way. So that was all our topics which we have been discussing. So we have covered all the list which is there. Thank you for watching graphics tutorials. Subscribe to my channel for some exciting graphics tutorials. Thank you.